The Audie Murphy mystery has been answered, and it's not good news. Audie Murphy was born Audie Leon Murphy on June 20th, 1925 in Kingston, Texas. Murphy was the seventh of 12 children born to EMTT and Josie Bell Murphy, a sharecropping family barely able to make ends meet during the Great Depression. His father abandoned the family when Audie was still a boy, and his mother died when he was just 16 years old, orphaned, and with only a fifth-grade education. Murphy was forced to leave school and take on various odd jobs to support his younger siblings. These early years of hardship shaped his character, instilling in him a sense of responsibility, perseverance, and toughness that would define his later life. Murphy enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1942 after being rejected by the Navy and Marine Corps for being too small and underweight. Standing only 5 feet 5 inches in tall and weighing just over 110 pounds, he was an unlikely candidate for battlefield glory. However, his physical stature belied his incredible courage and leadership over the course of World War II. Murphy served with distinction in campaigns across North Africa, Germany, France, Italy, and he quickly became known for being brave, smart, and fiercely dedicated to his fellow soldiers. On January 26, 1945, near Holzir, France, even though he was hurt and outgunned, Murphy held off a whole company of German soldiers for more than an hour. He then climbed onto a burning tank destroyer and used its .50 caliber machine gun to kill enemy soldiers while also calling in artillery strikes. For this incredible act of bravery, he received the Medal of Honor, which is the highest military award in the U.S., at the age of 19. By the end of the war, Murphy had received every U.S. combat award for valor possible, including the Distinguished Service Cross and 2 Silver Stars. Including the Bronze Star and 3 Purple Hearts, he earned 33 awards and decorations from the U.S. and Allies, making him the most decorated American soldier of World War II. He went on to have a successful career in Hollywood and was hailed as a national hero when he returned home. Murphy had a lot of problems with the psychological scars of war. He had what was then called battle fatigue, but is now known as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Despite these problems, he used his fame to bring attention to veterans' issues and the need for mental health support. He was one of the first public figures to talk openly about the emotional toll of combat. Murphy then moved on to a career as an actor in Hollywood, where he was successful. He starred in more than 40 movies, including the biopic To Hell and Back 1955, which was based on his own book of the same name. In a rare and powerful performance, he played a soldier. Murphy played himself in movies based on his adventures in the war. As a war hero and a movie star, the movie was a big hit at the box office, even though he usually played parts in westerns and war plays. Murphy never saw himself as a great actor. He approached acting with the same humility that characterized his entire life. He also dabbled in songwriting, penning several country and western songs, some of which were recorded by top artists of the day, including Dean Martin and Charlie Pride. In 1957, the rising star Murphy landed a memorable role as the Utica Kid in the classic western Night Passage, sharing the screen with legendary actors James Stewart and Dan Duryea. This film marked an important milestone in Murphy's career, showcasing his ability to hold his own alongside some of Hollywood's biggest names, and further cementing his place in the popular Western genre that was captivating audiences at the time. The year 1959 proved to be a particularly prolific and defining period for Murphy. He dazzled moviegoers in not one, but 3 different westerns, each highlighting a unique facet of his acting talent. In The Wild and the Innocent, Murphy starred with the beautiful Sandra Dee. Their chemistry on screen brought the story of innocence meeting wilderness to life, and so did his playing. Murphy worked behind the scenes as an uncredited co-producer on the stark black-and-white drama Cast Along Shadow, working with the famous Walter Mayrish. This partnership showed that Murphy was becoming more influential in Hollywood beyond just acting. But it was in Gnome on the Bullet, a taut and suspenseful film in which Murphy played a hired killer, that critics really took notice. The movie got a lot of praise for its atmospheric storytelling and Murphy's intense, multi-layered performance, which helped him become known as a versatile and compelling Western leading man. And Murphy's acting skills weren't just limited to the big screen. In 1960, he wowed TV viewers by starring with the famous Bette Midler in an episode of Startime called The Man. This visit showed Murphy's ease and charm in the new medium of television, which made him more appealing to people who don't just like him as an actor. Murphy's sense of civic duty and patriotism shone through in the early 1960s, when he lent his time, talent, and star power to support the United States Army's The Big Picture television series for 3 episodes, He not only appeared but also served as a trusted face of the military's efforts to communicate with the public. His dedication was recognized in 1960 when he was awarded the prestigious Outstanding Civilian Service Medal. The highlight was the episode Broken Bridge, in which Murphy traveled to military installations across Germany, Italy, Turkey, and the American Southwest in New Mexico, showcasing cutting-edge military technology and weaponry, thereby blending entertainment with real-world significance. During this era, Murphy's creative collaborations blossomed, especially with writer Claire Huffer, who penned the screenplays for two of Murphy's major 1961 films, 7 Ways from Sundown and Posey from Hell. These projects solidified Murphy's status as a leading figure in Western cinema, working with talented storytellers who crafted narratives perfectly suited to his rugged yet nuanced style. Murphy became close friends with Willard W. Willingham and his wife Mary Willingham early in his career in Hollywood. Together, they worked on a number of projects that showed how well they could work together as professionals. Willard produced Murphy's 1961 TV show Whispering Smith and co-wrote the screenplay for Battle at Bloody Beach that same year, which combined gritty storytelling with thrilling action. They continued to work together on projects like Bullet for a Bad Man through the mid-1960s. Murphy's legacy in the Western genre was cemented by the movies Arizona Raiders, 1965, and Gunpoint, 1964. The Willinghams wrote the screenplay for Gunpoint and the plot for 40 Guns to Apache Pass, 1967, which would be Murphy's last leading role in a Western movie. Murphy even went outside of the United States to film Trunk to Cairo in Israel in 1966, showing that he was ready to take on different and challenging parts outside of typical American settings. Murphy's friendship with director Bud Bodisher was one of the most important in his career. It started in an unexpected place. Murphy asked Bodisher to be his boxing partner at Terry Hunt's athletic club, an encounter that led to a creative relationship that lasted for almost 20 years. Murphy played the lead role in Barker's first Western, The